and we're live on Facebook. It's noontime in Nova Scotia, and I think it's 9 a.m. in Calgary.
9 a.m.
And 9 a.m. Yeah. So hello, Shanna. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. Good. It's nice to see you. And we've had a conversation on the phone. But before I introduce you, I just want to introduce myself. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Janice Amiro, and I am a sugar addiction coach and a health transformation specialist. A little side interest for those of you who aren't sure why I do what I do. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome and told that I was lazy and just needed to exercise. And I knew that that diagnosis wasn't going to be the end of me. So I decided to find my way back to health. I found a health practitioner who figured out what was wrong with me, why I was chronically fatigued. And now I help women get healthy. So in December 2020, I thought I would start to interview women and men, health practitioners who can bring some more information to my viewers and help my audience get healthy, not just with food, but with other modalities. So today I have Shanna, and she is a chiropractor. And welcome, Shanna.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's so nice to have you here. And Shanna and I have a mutual friend. That's how we officially met. And so hello to Michelle for connecting us. That was fantastic that she brought us together. And I'm just going to give you a little blurb, a little information about Shanna before we get started. So Shanna started her interest in chiropractic care because her mother had a car accident. So basically, chiropractic care gave Shanna's mother her life back. And with support, she was able to heal from a brain injury and eliminate physical symptoms, and her body started working again. And Shanna was amazed at how this had all happened with chiropractic care, and she started seeing a chiropractor as well for her own aches and pains. And she realized after that this was the profession she was going to choose. Shanna holds a degree in Doctor of Chiropractic from the University of Western States in Portland, Oregon, and now helps her clients achieve balance, heal, and adapt to the never-ending stresses of life. And so there is, that's a little bit of information, and we're going to learn more. So awesome. Again, thank you for joining me today. And I know that you're a busy person with lots on the go. You've got a family and you're working. And so I appreciate you taking the time to join me today. I am just looking for, I have to find, anyway, we'll find it. So Shanna, let's get started. I think the audience might want to know a little bit more about your mom. If you would just tell us exactly what situation she was in, and then how she is today.
Sure. So just a little bit more of a background before talking about my mom. We didn't grow up knowing what a chiropractor was, or ever hearing the word chiropractor, or ever thinking about going to a chiropractor. So it wasn't until my mom was in a bad car accident. She was T-boned pretty badly in 2007. And she suffered multiple body injuries, including a brain injury with concussion. She had brain fog, for short-term memory loss, like forgetting to turn off the stove, leaving it on. So she just went the regular route where the doctor would tell her to take certain medications. She would be sent to a neurologist. gone to a physiotherapist, massage therapist, and for months and months and months after the car accident, had little to no benefit. So one day she decided to try the chiropractor down the street, literally a 2-minute drive from the house. And she saw massive improvements right away. Her body felt more comfortable. The physical pains and aches, they decreased. The headaches had decreased almost overnight. And over time, after seeing Dr. Starr was her name, for a few treatments, then the brain fog started to go down and the memory recall started getting better. And I was just dumbfounded at that time. I was in university, studying to be some sort of doctor at that time, because my
Mhm.
goal was always to have doctor in front of my name ever since I was 2 years old. So yeah, it's been that long. So I was like, okay, I got to check this out and see what this chiropractic deal is all about. So I went with her and was like, oh, this is really interesting, the manipulations that she was doing to my mom's body. And I was like, okay, I'll try it out too, right? I have an achy back from sitting at a desk all day long studying, and the old student posture stuff. So
Mhm.
I started getting adjusted. I'm like, this is pretty cool. Okay, I'm feeling better. This is interesting. And just the energy in a chiropractic clinic that I saw was amazing. People were happy, they were laughing, they were getting better. And I was like, okay, I got to look more into this. So I shadowed Dr. Starr for a while and started going, okay, this might be something I want to do. And the closest school to, I'm from Vancouver, so now Calgary, but before Vancouver, the closest school was in Portland, Oregon. So they were holding a student symposium, giving information to potential students. And I told my family, let's go check it out. So we went, drove down to Portland, and at the symposium, they talked about how the education was extremely similar to a medical education, and except for obviously a select few differences. And the thing that sold me was that we would be dissecting our own cadaver in a group of 6 for 9 months. And I was like, that's it, I'm sold.
Ah, wow,
So yeah,
wow. And that was
yeah,
the beginning.
that was the beginning. I was like, this is amazing. Okay, I get a medical doctor education, well, almost. And I get to dissect a cadaver. I get a doctor in front of my name, and I get to actually help people and see the changes and eventually be in a clinic that has smiles and laughter and happiness running through it. So,
Mhm, mhm.
so that
It's
was 9 years ago, and I graduated, and now I'm
wow,
here.
wow, wow. And you work in a happy environment, which is so important.
Oh, absolutely. I love going to work. I absolutely love what I do. I vibe so high that I get to help promote the healing of other bodies and give people back a better quality of life with my own hands.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly. Exactly. That's amazing. And the your mother's journey really, and your own with chiropractic, um is incredible. So that brings me to asking you who your clients are today, and your mother obviously had some amazing benefits, and really it gave her life back. So
Mhm.
who are your clients overall, and what are the tangible benefits that your clients are experiencing?
So my clients come from all walks of life. My passion is for treating pregnant women and children and families when they come together for appointments together, which is amazing. And just seeing tiny babies grow up into big children, and it's been quite remarkable to see those changes as well. So I treat people with your typical neuromusculoskeletal ailments, right? Low back pain, neck pain, headaches, migraine, shoulders, knees, wrists, herniations, sciatica, hip pain, radiating pains. But a lot of my patients, after they've come and seen me with the aches and pains, they continue to get adjusted, and just for wellness, to stay healthy, to help their bodies stay in balance, promoting better structural postural alignment, creating better body habits.
Kind of like a tune-up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Exactly. So by stimulating their nervous system through spinal adjustments, it have profound effects on how the body moves and grooves and reacts and adapts to life, right? So they have a better experience moving through life and adapting to the stresses that we put on our lives, put on our bodies every day through life, whether it be emotional, physical, chemical stresses. It all affects the way our body works.
So you mentioned children, and can you take a few minutes to explain what type of, because I have some idea, I've heard that there are a lot of childhood ailments that can be addressed with chiropractic rather than medication. And so would you mind talking a little bit about that?
Yeah. So first of all, a child adjustment looks very different than an adult adjustment. We use way more gentle modalities, instruments to help adjust the body. And it's so simple and so easy for a baby, a toddler, a child to get adjusted, just because of how their body moves in comparison to an adult.
Yeah.
So like even with my children, I adjusted them within the first few hours of them being born.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, birth is traumatic. So just wanting to promote that healthy alignment and nervous system flow right from the get-go.
They're lucky. They're very lucky. Yeah.
Oh, they love it. My daughter gets on the table and she sticks her bum up in the air and asks for an adjustment. So
she knows what to do.
It's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. They've been trained really well.
Yeah.
So because we're working directly with the spinal column and the nervous system, so by adjusting a child, we're keeping them healthier, promoting proper neuroplasticity. So the brain and the nervous system that runs through the body is always learning and changing and adapting as a child grows. So we want to keep that clear and free of any interference as they grow up. And of course, getting them right from the get-go to adapt to life stresses better, right? And supporting their overall health and well-being. Biggest changes that I've seen in clinic is things I'm not supposed to really talk about, but
okay.
But anecdotally, I've seen immune systems boost, ear infections decrease, babies with torticollis get better, changing the way a baby sleeps more comfortably, digestive issues and colic and all those things that have been studied for a really long time with children and chiropractic. It's quite amazing to see how little people can change so significantly with the gentlest treatments that sometimes I'm amazed. I'm like, that's amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
I was treating a 4-month-old yesterday, and I was showing the mom, I was like, look how his hips are off. One leg is shorter than the other. And just by a little tiny poke in the neck, and I'm like, that's it. That's all he needs. He's changed. That's amazing.
Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing.
I should mention sorry?
At that age.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and things like changing how a baby's latch is when they're nursing, and that was the most profound thing when I was adjusting my kids while they were nursing, is that you'd go from a painful latch adjustment and then a comfortable latch in an instant.
Wow, that is something. Yeah, amazing. What just a couple of pokes, like you say, can do.
Yeah. literally, it just looks like a couple of pokes when it's on a little kid and it's or a
Mhm,
little baby, and
mhm,
the change is quite profound.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Would you say that 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 neck pain and back pain are the common, one of the most common reasons for people to go in to see you?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we advertise more as.
Okay.
Just so it's one of the catching points, right?
Mhm.
There's a lot of different chiropractors out there, ones that treat just the pain, ones that go deeper and find what the root causes are for the pain, and ones who promote the wellness after. So I'm the one that promotes the wellness after. So yes, you come to me and you have your low back pain, you have your neck pain. Okay, let's get the pain decrease, find out what's the issue and help fix those issues, whether it be a sleep thing or a postural alignment issue, how you sit at your desk, how you move your body at work, depending on what you do, and move it towards a better state of being. But then let's promote the wellness aspect of it after, and keep your body in shape so that you don't revert back to where you were before. Because as we know, most people don't change their habits overnight. They don't change their pattern of how they do things. So promoting a better body alignment and a balance is super important.
And so many people are sitting at their computer.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, we've got our necks are down and we're extending, and our arms are not at the right height and our eyes are not at the right height.
Absolutely.
So that over time starts to stress the body.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Um, you are, you talked about your kind of way that you work, and just briefly, because you have a couple of other modalities that you're incorporating into in the process of incorporating into your treatments. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now, and what maybe you can bring more than chiropractic to your client?
Sure. So just to go back a little bit, in my practice, the way I do my work is I've learned so many different techniques over the years. So what I do is I've kind of made up my own thing and mishmash them all together, and whatever works out for that patient in that appointment, um, through all the different techniques I learned, that's what I do. So no one appointment is the same as the other, but the what I'm trying to accomplish at the end of each appointment is always a balance. The body is always balanced, and that's what my target always is. So other things that I'm incorporating to my mishmash of techniques, I'm starting my acupuncture certificate next week,
Wow.
which is super exciting because it's something I've been thinking of doing for the last couple of years,
Mhm.
and finally have the opportunity to do so, which is amazing. And that's going to just bring a different aspect to the treatments, with using needles to do muscle releases and balancing the body using acupuncture techniques. And then the other thing that I'm starting to incorporate is subconscious release technique. So taking the emotional aspect to how bodies hold on to those, and creating better subconscious programs to help the body heal and adapt to stresses. So using subconscious release technique, we find programs that are stuck in different parts of the body. For example, if we're doing it down the spine, C1 is all around fear. So we dig deep into the fear programs, release those, and then fill them back up with better ways better emotions than negative emotions. And it's super cool and kind of hard to explain when just being put out there. But so taking those programs out of that area just help that body be able to function and stabilize and be a lot better. So for example, I was having a lot of shoulder pain and nothing was able to fix it. And so with the help of Heal Your Body by Louise Hayes, actually, finding the programs through which she talks about shoulders, and seeing how my body reacts to those programs and clearing those programs away from my shoulder, it's almost like an instant relief. So now we have like getting the physical aspect of the adjustment mixed with the emotional aspect of releasing whatever stuck emotions are in that area and clearing that, so you have a more optimized way of healing the body and balancing it.
Wow. So with these three modalities together, this is how you're going to eventually work with your clients. They won't.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be something pretty amazing and a pretty profound experience for people to have. And it's not something that people expect to get when they walk into a chiropractor's office either.
That's right. They expect the typical, but with SRT and with the acupuncture, you can just provide more benefit.
Yeah, exactly. So I started a website called Quantum Health Doctors, because it's all working in the quantum realm when we dig deep into subconscious programming. So getting people in the physical and doing that work, but also being able to do that work at a distance too, with clearing subconscious program and traumatic releasing and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. That's and we'll get those details from you a little bit later again.
Yeah, totally.
So one of the questions that I always ask is, what is one of the common myths about your profession that you'd like to debunk? And we had a brief conversation about this earlier. So can you just
which one should I talk about?
No, there's so many. Well, you did provide me with an infographic. Would you like to go there?
Sure, we can go through the infographic.
Okay, and I'll get that open here. Share my screen and see what we can do. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, yeah.
So one of the myths that I think a lot of people come across is that, and this hurts me to say, chiropractors are quacks. They're not real doctors. Yeah. And so that's probably the biggest thing, the biggest myth to debunk. So this infographic I wanted to share actually shows the education between a doctor of chiropractic and a doctor of medicine. So as you can see, there's a lot of parallels in what we learn and the amount of hours that get put into learning those subjects. So I say, like I said before, when I went to that student symposium, I was super excited because I was going to get a medical doctor education with a little bit extra stuff piled on top of it, right? A little bit different. So as you can see, even with the similar education through the anatomy, chemistry, diagnosis, orthopedics, radiology, the hours of education we have compared to a doctor of medicine, we get 3,065 hours and there's 2,710, right? So And then additionally, we get spinal manipulation, of course, nutrition, physiotherapy, advanced imaging, where they would have the addition of more pharmacology hours, immunology, general surgery. But still, at the end of the day, we do have more class hours than they do. And the education that we get is amazing.
Mhm.
So when I kind of want to like carry this paper around when I hear people say doctors of chiropractic are not real doctors, and then show them like, yes, we are. Look at the comparison. Like, even what's amazing for me to see here is diagnosis,
Mhm.
how we get more hours of diagnosis than a doctor.
Almost twice as much, really.
Yeah, it's pretty, actually it's pretty mind-blowing to see that, especially when you go to a doctor of medicine hoping for a diagnosis of something that you're going through.
Right.
um Now, this is not to say that when a doctor of medicine specializes in other areas of, say, gastroenterology or obstetrics or anything like that, that they don't get more hours of education as they go through their residencies and things like that. But just as a general framework of when they go into school, this is pretty amazing to see that when it comes to education, that we top them off a little bit here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. And I think that the visual is really, really valuable because unfortunately there is that, like you say, it kind of hurts for you to say it, that there's, a bunch of quacks. And we had a brief conversation about that. It's the same as a car mechanic or a hairdresser or anybody who actually works on the body or helps you in any way. You
Mhm.
have to find the one that's going to work for you. I'm going to stop sharing this now.
Sure.
You have to find the one that works for you,
Yeah.
and it may not be the right fit the first time, and so it's important to if to not pile everyone together,
Exactly.
and what works for one person doesn't work for another all the time
E-
necessarily. So
Exactly. Recently, I had a new patient come in, and she was saying that she went to a chiropractor twice before she came and saw me, and um, like over 20 years, she's tried a couple, and she finally, because we know each other through a mutual colleague, and she was like, this is such a great experience. Nobody's talked to me like this. Nobody's explained things to me the way that you've explained things to me. So she's a
mm,
lot more comfortable. And even right away after her first appointment, she's like, I feel better. And before, it was a completely different experience.
mhm,
Right?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm just thinking as you're talking, if there was some pointer or some suggestion you could make, given that you see a lot of people who have, the neck, the shoulder pain from
Mhm.
being at their desk. Is there something that you could recommend that they can do for themselves at home to set themselves up to try to alleviate that?
So YouTube, Google, any search engine really, if you can search proper body ergonomics for sitting at a desk. So that's one thing that you can do right away, and set yourself up at home to be, or at work to be sitting at your desk appropriately. Sometimes you have to change your chair and raise your monitor and buy a couple extra accessories, but it'll be worth it when your body is more comfortable. The other thing is you have to, and this is very, very important, you have to get up and move every half an hour to 45 minutes. So
Mhm.
it takes half an hour to 45 minutes for your body to start thinking that, oh, this is the position that I'm supposed to be in. So let's harden everything into this position. So
Wow.
when I was in university going through kinesiology courses, this was actually something our body does, and it's called creep and hysteresis, where you're sitting in a position for a really long time and your body's like, oh, this is what you want me to do. So I'm just going to make myself remember this position and we're going to stay with this position. And it's no good for our body because we want to go up and do other things, but now our muscles are stuck and our joints are restricted in their movements and everything is just not jiving the way it's supposed to. So
Mhm.
getting up and moving every half an hour to 45 minutes, stretching, grabbing a glass of water, taking a washroom break, doing some jumping jacks, just something different than being at your computer.
Yeah, yeah. What I do is say, okay, my dog's name is Sally, and I say, okay, Sally, let's go down the street for a minute. And we go down the street for a minute, and then I come back and I sit again, you know. So that
It
works
doesn't,
out well. Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't have to be very long.
No.
You know, just do some running in the spot, jump, like really anything, just to break out of that molding that your body is going
Mhm.
through at that time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a really good tip. Thank you very much. Shanna, is there anything else you wanted to discuss today that I didn't ask you that you wanted to share? And on top of that, I also would like you to share your details if someone would like to learn more about your work and what you do or book an appointment. Can you let's close with that.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this yesterday, and it's a concept that I've actually heard about very recently is start parenting your body. And what I mean by that is look at your body like a child. So when your child is hurt, take care of it, be kind to it, take care of its needs and get it where it needs to be, help it heal, help it rest. Go see the people that can do the work to encourage the healing and rebalancing, you know, do everything you would do to help a child get well again and perfect again. And
Mhm.
same thing, like when your child is hungry, take care of it, feed it well, nourish it with good, clean, healthy food so that it can grow healthy and strong. When your
Mhm.
child is sad, take care of it, heal those wounds, heal the trauma, you know, transmute that negativity and find happiness. So treat your body like a child, parent your body like a child.
I love that. I love that. And that's such a makes such an impact, I think, because we forget as adults, we especially women put
Mhm.
ourselves last. Everybody else gets attention. And at the end of the day, we've let ourselves you know, if we have issues, there they go. They still sit there. There's the same old issues, and we just don't address them. And so when you put that into a mom's head of I need to parent myself, I think that's one of my, I've got us on Facebook here live because on Zoom I can't see Facebook, but
Mhm.
Sandra says, I love that. Treat yourself like you would a child. Yeah. And it is that really makes an impact. I hope that does resonate with some moms out there is take care of yourself like you would your child. You love your child to death and you do anything for them. And I always say, you know, if you want to be a better parent, a better spouse, a better coworker, take care of yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Um,
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna add in that, like you said, treat yourself like you would do your child because you love your child to death. And you are with you all of the time,
Yes.
right? So you gotta treat yourself the best because you are only the one you. Treat your body as a temple.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's a great way to close us out today. And again, tell us, Shanna, how people can get in touch with you, your new website, and
Mhm.
and also I'll get those details, or you can post them in the Facebook link after, but just tell us how we can get in touch with you.
Sure. If you're in Calgary, you can make an appointment with me in person to see me in person at calgaryspineandsport.com. Or if you are looking for a more distance coaching session, subconscious clearing, you can find me at my brand new website at quantumhealthdoctors.com.
Great, great. Well, thank you for taking time out of your busy morning with your, you're working, you've got children, and you're juggling a busy life. So thanks so much for taking some time out to speak with me today. And I think that your idea about blending some modalities together is going to give your clients an amazing experience. So thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And once again, my name is Shannas Amiro. I am a sugar addiction coach and a health transformation specialist. I can be reached at janisamiro.com if you have any questions or would like to find out more about me. And I'll be back with another guest next Thursday at noon. And until then, have a great day and take good care. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.